Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who was wisdom? Who was Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahushai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening. Gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Brethren, thank you for the family members that have been sending me emails with a lot of this great information. I had put a lot of this information together, put some of this here for a video today, and then I was enjoying our Passover. I'm sure that's like all the rest of us are, and I was kind of like, well, do I wait and just kind of bring out this information tomorrow, kind of enjoy the rest of the Passover? I said, Most High, when I was praying around 6, I said, just show me a sign if you want me to do it tonight or if you want me to wait till tomorrow. Then Sister Sylvia sent me an email that was talking about how DMX. I don't know if some of you guys listened. I mean, I've heard that he actually had a heart attack from drug use, and then she sent me an email talking about how he had a song called 4321. So I took that as my sign and my cue that the Most High wanted me to go ahead and make this video today, because of course that's the date today. And another one of the brethren sent me this. Should we be concerned that April 3rd could be the final countdown? 4321. And that happens to be on our Passover. I don't believe in coincidences. So this is showing you this is a countdown. We're in the final 3.5 years. We're in the first Passover, the final, 3.5 year tribulation period. The date is a countdown. And the Most High said it's just absolutely amazing all the signs that He's showing us, bringing a lot of the information that we have been blessed with. It's all coming to a head. Now you think of it, 4321, that's today. And then look at this, COVID-19, Italy returns to strict lockdown for Easter. Italy has entered a strict 3-day lockdown to try to prevent a surge in COVID-19 cases over Easter. This is the priest of Mahan. This is their jumping off point. Most High's hitting them and making them shut down for their holy day, for Easter. So like I said, just because our people here, the Gentiles that we're around here, ignore everything, all they do is just ignore. And we already know that that's their MO right now. Just ignore what's going on around them and let things just fall apart and act like it's not happening. They're going to act like everything's just fine. Everything's 100%. Everything's great. Go ahead and get out there, enjoy yourselves because everything is just fine. I was listening to a video yesterday that was talking about the amount of testing and how they pulled many resources from testing in order to use those resources for vaccinations. And they were actually showing how I think last couple of months, January, December, January, they were doing about 2 million tests a day, and now that number was down to around 890 something thousand. So if you don't look for it, you won't find it. So they have still taken some of Trump's great ideas and apply them to what you're seeing today. So if they don't look for it, they're not going to find anything. So they keep telling you all these rosy numbers when we know that's not the case. When they're not looking for the Most High's chosen people, then they can go ahead and live their lives as if we don't matter. And that's exactly what they do. As much information as there is that proves who we are, even in the scripture they say they love so much, they say they love the scriptures, they love the Bible. But the Bible gives you all of the clues you need to find us in Deuteronomy 28, and they skip all of that because they don't want to know it. They don't want to know the truth. No different with this plague. They don't want to know it. They don't want to know anything about it. They just want to say that their vax cover all strains, everything's great. Get out there, enjoy opening day weekend. But we all know that we already know how that's going to end out for them. It's not going to turn out very well for them. Another brother sent me this. You talk about how this is happening right now. And I'm pretty much going to have to say I agree with him. Thank you, brother, for sending me this as well. And I want to definitely share this with the nation. Exodus 23 and 29. I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beast of the field multiply against thee. So remember now, everything started, the whole shutdown began in March 2020. Most High let them, go through their torments here, very little bit here until for a year, March 20th, or well, March 2021. So they had a year. They've had a year. Now things are starting to jump up and it's going to get much worse. You got that countdown of our date today. You got this information right here, and let's read a little bit more. Exodus 23 and 30. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee until thou be increased. So he's going to be, driving them out of here. Okay. And inherit the land. And I will set thy bounds from the Red Sea, even unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee a sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto thee. So you don't have the proper understanding about the lands, and you're thinking everything's going to happen over there in the so-called Middle East. This won't make any sense to you. But this is talking about the lands over here in the Americas, and it probably shows other lands as well. Maybe even in England or Ireland and Britain. We'll see. We know that those are our lands as well. We know they went over and took over those lands. They got the power from the ley lines. They got their awesome navies that led them over here to take over the lands over here as well. That was all part of their blessing. And now with the curse, they're going to be taken out of here. So let's read that once again. Some parts here. We'll read it all. I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year. So he's not going to just kick them all out in the first year. They had a year to still be here. Okay? Lest, it says, lest the land become desolate and the beast of the field multiply against thee. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee until thou be increased and inherit the land. And I will set thy bounds from the Red Sea even unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. Okay? For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto you. Now, actually, we know that the Most High is going to deliver our enemies into our hands. Just like we're not going to make the same mistake last time as far as making covenants with the enemies. That won't happen once again. So this is all talking about that whole switch from being fishermen, fishers, to hunters. When you have the correct understanding, you see that's exactly where we are. We're really close to those times. Really close to that Jeremiah 16 and 16. And if you can read into all the things that are going on right here, you can see that. So don't get caught up with the whole Red Sea and how they've set that up over there, how the Philistines, how they set those people up over there. Most High will show exactly what he's talking about very soon. We know that, a lot of that terminology was already over here, and they just took it over there and set up a whole land over there in order to take our focus from our lands here to the lands over there in the so-called Middle East. We understand that. Okay? Show you how this connects with the Book of Mormon. Because people are always talking about the Book of Mormon when they haven't even read it because they get one little part about it and then they don't want to read about it anymore. This is talking about the Most High regrafting us back in and the clearing of our lands. This is Jacob 5 around 63. It says graft in the branches, begin at the last, that they may be first, and that the first may be last, and dig about the trees, both old and young, the first and the last and the first, that all may be nourished once again for the last time. Wherefore dig about them, and prune them, and dung them once more, for the last time, for the end draweth nigh. And if it be so, that these last grass shall grow, and bring forth the natural fruit, then shall ye prepare the way for them that they may grow. And as they begin to grow, ye shall clear away the branches which bring forth bitter fruit, according to the strength of the good, okay, and the size thereof. And ye shall not clear away the bad thereof all at once, lest the roots thereof, thereof should be too strong for the graft, and the graft thereof shall perish, and I lose the trees of my vineyard. So that's exactly what's going on. Remember, it said not that first year. He's not going to just take them out the whole first year. You look at what I just read for you before. Okay, so you got a year. We got a year to grow. We got a year to bring forth that good fruit. We got this new information. The Most High started giving it to us in October. The blessing from the sister for their books. Okay, the Black Celts, and then knowledge has just taken off from then. So we can actually bring forth that good fruit. As we bring forth that good fruit, you start to see how the Most High is setting up for the ones who produce bad fruit to be taken off the lands. How do you see that? Well, let's see. Look at all the things that are happening around the Gentiles right now that they just want to ignore. They've just gone, buck wild into everything's great. There's nothing here to see. We're back to normal. Business is going back to normal. We're not turning back. Open up all the schools. In fact, hey, 6 feet, hell nah, it's 3 feet. They can get closer together. It's okay. Open up all the bars, open up all the restaurants, 100% capacity. Don't worry about it. Baseball fields, open them all up, 100% capacity. Don't worry about, the plague. We got it all under control. You see how the Most High is setting them up for an absolutely huge fall. Like the Most High said, He's going to sweep them off the land, but not all at once. So that for that year, He didn't sweep them off all lands all at once. But see, now we're getting to the point where as we're growing, He's gonna make a huge, like he said, get that big industrial boom, getting ready to get them out of here. So again, as they begin to grow, ye shall clear away the branches which bring forth bitter fruit, according to the strength of the good and the size thereof. So see, now you can see it. You can see prophecy working together. You got the days of Noah. You got the Gentiles acting as if everything is perfectly fine. Everything is great. Giving and marriage, everything is fine. Don't worry about us. We got this under control. Days of Noah right now. You got the plague swelling up right now. You got them not testing, so therefore it's going to be a huge surprise because it's going to overrun their hospitals. They're hiding information. So you see how it's all fitting prophecy. They're making plans for, oh well, next year we're going to have, people, we're going to have vaccines for the kids so they can go back. That's it. None of their plans that they're setting up is going to work. They're not in control. The Most High is not letting them get that opportunity to do all that, so they can make all the plans that they want. But do you really believe it's really going to happen? You see prophecy being fulfilled right here. You see this right here from Exodus and the whole 1 year at the beginning. I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beast of the field multiply against thee. Then you go right here, like another Exodus, how the Most High is bringing us up and then taking them out. How the Most High is giving us more knowledge and understanding to produce that good fruit. He started that in October. You see how it's all fitting. We got today. What are the odds that our Passover is going to work out on the date to be 4-3-2-1? What are the odds of all that? Man who was part of making that whole song with 4-3-2-1 would have a heart attack today from drug overdose. And then there's a song that kind of goes with that as well. Just all these, there's no coincidence. This is the Most High giving us more signs. Then we got Joel 2 about the sweeping of the land. Yea, the Lord will answer. Okay, Joel 2 and no, sorry, 19. Yea, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, Behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith. And I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. See, right here in our own lands, we are a reproach, but the Most High is going to take that away. But I will what? Remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. Fear not, O land. Be glad and rejoice, for the Lord will do great things. Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring, for the tree beareth her fruit. The fig tree and the vine do yield their strength. Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain. Okay, now let's talk about, starting with the first and the last from before. Remember, a lot of these horrible things happened to us first in Britain and Ireland. First it happened, was being taken down over there in Europe. Then they came over here to the Americas. So it goes back with Jacob 5. And they came over here to get the 10 tribes and destroy them. Then the Most High talks about how he's going to start at the last part, which would be here in the Americas. He's going to start the redemption here in the Americas. See, all this is working out, how important all this prophecy is. And this prophecy comes, like I said, from the Most High giving us that knowledge and understanding from the other books. Starting with, I mean, we've read so many other books, but in October, starting with the Black Celts book and in all the other books we've been reading so far about the ley lines and everything else, and how, what is it? Spain had made, directives to go into our lands and build up over our sacred places and hide all that information, just stealing everything, just jacking us for everything. But that's okay because now the Most High is about to do the exact same thing to you. Another one of the brethren sent me this here. And it was information talking about Ukraine and Russia getting ready to jump off and get World War III popping off. This is a good little video he did. Gave a lot of information. He's got a lot of resources. Check it out if it interests you. Seems to have some good information. So you can just search it up and find it and check out this video. I was checking it out. It looks as if, they're getting ready to start with Ukraine. Biden went and talked to Ukraine and pretty much said they're backing them. So them, NATO, and everything else in Russia, it would make sense because now we're at that time where all bets are off. We've had our Passover. It's time for them to be turned one against another. It's time for the Most High to start to do even more great things for us, so the other nations can see the Most High working for us as well. So as long as they've continued to, ignore us and ignore who we are, now the Most High is going to put it in full display who we are, who is our power, and how they won't have the opposite, they won't have the chance or the opportunity to ignore who we are anymore. So you can see this is a great day today. I hope you guys enjoyed your Passover last night. You enjoyed your day of rest today. Tomorrow, I mean, is there Easter? The Catholic Church is already locking things down, so they can't even practice it over there. That's home base right there. And they can't even do it. It shows how they don't have any power. How the Most High is in control of everything. And now you can see how those scriptures fit together. You got scriptures from the Bible, you got scriptures from the Book of Mormon, and it fits together with what you've seen to right now. What you've seen with the whole year of shutting everything down, and how they're trying their best to open everything up. But with those actions is going to come consequences. Not following the Most High and trying to think you can do things on your own, there's going to be consequences. Saying you got 100% control of all these things that are going on shows you that you don't have any control. Have a beautiful rest of the evening, family. All praise is to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledge Yahweh Shai. Shalom.